Okay, this is Ricky, and I'm going to be giving some shorts about the Bible and scriptures and thoughts about the Bible. So let's go ahead and get started. This is a short 3 minutes. So here we go. Proverbs 26 and verse 4 and 5. We're going to talk about answering a fool. Okay, it says, "Answer not a fool according to his folly, or his foolishness, lest thou also be likened to him." So you've seen these protesters, you've seen people getting in arguments, and they begin to holler and fuss and cuss, and the other person does the same thing. They are likened to one that's foolishness, the foolishness that they're throwing at the other person. But the next scripture says this right here, verse 5, "Answer a fool according to his folly, lest he," that is the fool, "be wise in his own consent." In other words, use scripture, use the Bible, the correct attitude and the correct answer. That's why it's necessary to know the Bible. Now we're going to turn over to Matthew chapter number 22. Here's the story. The Sadducees come to Jesus, and they say unto him, there was 7 brethren that was amongst us, with us, and he took a wife, and he died, and the second brother had her, and the third and the fourth and the fifth, all the way to the 7th. Then they asked a question in the resurrection. Now they didn't even believe in the resurrection, but they said, in the resurrection, who will be married to her? Who will have her? And Jesus said unto them, he says, "You know not." He said, you know not what you speak. You do not know the scriptures. So he told them, "You do err, not knowing the scripture nor the power of God." And he related to them and told them, when the people get to heaven, there's not going to be marriage like it is on this earth. There's not going to be a population explosion by marriage in heaven. Okay, so Jesus took the scriptures and he answered them according to their folly. That's why it's so important for you to be able to quote the Bible and know where it is in the Bible. Let me give you another quick one. Where did Cain get his wife? That is a foolish question. They heard it from somebody else, and heard it from somebody else, and heard it from somebody else. The bloodline was not corrupt at the beginning of creation. Later on, God said that you cannot marry within the family. But at that time, the corruption of the bloodline was not corrupt. So they did marry their sisters, and there was nothing wrong with it. Later, God took that and said, no, you cannot do that. So thank you very much. Consider this.